powerful hit by Batas, and once again makes it to the line.
Batas already with 4.
He targets Salarzon to receive. Batas elevates and detonates.
A mirror image of that Vince Maglinaw hit.
The power of Kennedy Batas.
High school volleyball for NU Nazareth School. Here he is, going to his captain. Blocked. One more. This is a chance ball for Ateneo. Could be their best look. Batas! Yes! Down the line!
Because anybody you pull in, your first stringers are not performing as expected.
Ooh!
But that one,
Yeah, first stringer yan.
no, the first stringer, yeah. And
Kailangan palitan
a
yan.
very emphatic attack.
First 2 sets, but here they are now. 13-10 is our score. Gian Salarzon still serving. Over received, maximized by Kennedy Batas.
Match point, 4 match points for the Blue Eagles to end their campaign on a winning note.
Especially in this 3rd set. Meanwhile, Elira Taluban with excellent sets so far in today's game. Defeo will tip it over, but well read by the Blue Eagles. Kennedy Batas will put an end on that rally. Set 1 point down. And you've mentioned this, Neil, the blockers of UE really stepping up a lot in today's game. Meanwhile, Taluban will go back to Kennedy Batas with a swag after that point.
Placement, and Taluban was able to use Gopyo as a decoy, getting 2 blockers.
To continue this intense push and pull game. Kennedy Batas.
He is so back.
Part of the double-digit players scoring for Ateneo.
That one getting across with the help of the net. Salarzon picked up by De La Noche. Now J-Rack will attack. De Castro covers the floor. Batas. That one is undiggable. Kennedy Batas now in double figures with 11.
He can power through.
Parang yun yung coverage sa kanya today, Neil, no? 3-man block almost each and every time. In the meantime, Kennedy Batas. Rodriguez putting it back. Combination Batas. And that one will be a point.
So tried to save that ball. It's already out of reach.
It's such a joy to watch. 4 serving 3. Quick attack. Batas once again.
Avoiding the 2 blockers of Adamson. Finishing it off.
But if it does happen, it's an automatic highlight. Batas. Counter. Gutierrez block. Coverage present. Dan will send it through. A chance ball. Salarzon. Enzo. Emil. Dug back. Another chance. They send it to Castro. Great presence of mind by Quadra. The rally continues. Bit of a miscue there. Chance for Adamson. Domingo back sets. Paulino is blocked.
Solid block on the side of Adamson. So, and I think that's also one of the beauty of being placed or being able to have an opportunity to go to different posts.
That was a nice dig by Canlas. They return it to Ateneo. De Castro, Gutierrez, back row, and that's Kennedy Batas scoring.
Executed there from the 5.
Ken Batas last year had a narrative of coming off the bench. 9-1 run for them. Tahiludin from the middle. That worked a while ago. Not this time. Ken, block, coverage present. Nice activity by Ateneo. Emil's turn. Now it's Aguilar, rejected at the net.
For Aguilar.
Before the Espejos, the Bagunases of the world.
And if we're talking about long limbs,
Ayan.
diba? Yung talagang pababa na pero abot pa rin niya.
From the opposite side, Dan Nicolas. 3 blockers were there to give it back. Bersano, easy over. De Castro, Gutierrez, Chi and Salarzon neutralize at the net. And here comes UP. Clemente going behind. De Castro was there. Batas showing it how it's done for that drop ball.
Back to the biggest lead for the Tamaraos, 15-10. Great pass by De Castro, the team captain. Batas got it.
Wow! That hit was.
That was a big gap. He scored as a Blue Eagle. He didn't play against UP. Saavedra is turned away by Ken. But meantime, out of Bacolod, Miguel Yu, a rookie. Espartero against the triple block. First rejection we've seen of Miko Espartero. And
he's coming off a 12-point performance against FEU. And a block against De La Noche.
Block point for Ateneo here in set number 3.
And showing them how it's done today. Again, Batas with a serve and the ace. And just like that, Ateneo erases the 4-point deficit to tie the game at 17.
Minsan lang yun. That serve coming from Ateneo. Del Pilar adjusting. Batas keeping the ball alive. Chance ball for Lasal. Let's see what Adahar will do. He goes for a quick. Del Pilar is popped up there by Salarzon. Batas down the line for Kennedy.
Ang dami na niya pinapalo na cross-court, but he saw that huge opening down the line. The defense of Lasal.
Nilapitan mo yung ball. Oh! Another regalo for Ken Batas.
Ateneo is working. They're indeed the #1 best server for the season so far, and that's why we're seeing
middle spikers, middle blockers, if they want to score a lot of points. So now, with Aligayo as a setter, let's expect him to play or manage the middle blockers. Them na despite wala silang masyadong main setters, pero Aligayo stepping up big time for them.
Good, because UP right now is behind in terms of attack efficiency. Second set, they were only at 34%. Ateneo was at 48%.
Well, not a good pickup there, but UP keeps this alive. So this is a free ball. What does Ateneo do with this? Batas from the back row.
They're able to have a hand at the ball, just like this one. It's just that they're not able to keep it up.
Batas now with 8 points, 7 from attacks, 1 from the service line. Good strong serve. Castrones gives out a free ball. From the back row, that was a very smart play from Ken Batas. You can do it as simply as this.
Look at that. He knew already, and he saw the movement of the defender. He was moving backwards.
16 serving 12. Pasino. Oh, Adamson still able to chase that. Free ball. Batas! It was a perfectly executed combination play.
Of Adamson. Leaving Kennedy Batas with just 1 blocker.
Lance De Castro.
Gutierrez. Batas has been quiet, but not anymore.
To keep it clean sa service line.
$16 points for Jude Aguilar. Batas. And once again, it is the same area in the defense.
They do need to adjust if they want to stay close to Ateneo. That corner pocket right there.
Gutierrez, this one for the finisher. Kennedy Batas gets it done.
Response, Neil, for this set from Ateneo. And everybody worked together.
Campton Can't respond just yet. Gutierrez keeping it alive for Ken Batas. And a great save by Guerrero. But a free ball is given. De Castro, Gutierrez. Who else? Kennedy Batas puts us at match point.
The kill.
And now a timeout is called because
Pasino for the serve. Gutierrez. Batas tries to put this in and still gets the point.
Kennedy Batas with the bounce ball.
Serving from the Blue Eagles, it wasn't a direct ace, but that force, that overpass from...
Back row Batas, soft touch, perfect placement.
Yung nagbabasa ng defense pattern nung nasa kabilang side of the court. He saw it's back to a 3-point lead for the white shirts.
Back row, Batas. Fortuna, great defense. Off-speed hit, saved by Pasino. Counter again, word Batas. And that is in.
Kennedy Batas is starting to get more points here in the second set.
12 serving 14. Good receive. Oh, chance ball. MJ Fortuna rejected.
Coach Vince nagre-revolve around serving and blocking. So alam mo down the line.
Enzo setting up Batas. One blocker. He is bad news.
Single block coverage from LaSalle. Ken Batas going down the line.
Enzo to the back row. And Kennedy Batas. And Banyes serving so hard right now, but Batas, a much-needed point for the Blue Eagles. De La Noche serving it to Salarzon. Gutierrez, the setup for Batas. Drop ball works for Ken Batas.
Point prior to this one, we looked for fingers of the blockers, and now finding
Enzo, the setup for Batas with the heat check. There's that cape we were talking about in the pregame.
and literally flying, you know, with a cape.
Tail end of every set na magnify yung unforced errors.
Exactly, especially this is their last game also in season 87, so they're gonna remember this game as Kennedy Batas with that soft tip.
Papunta sa zone niya.
Don't want that set number 3 from happening again. Meanwhile, Ateneo continues with Kennedy Batas still scoring here.
And again, Ateneo just playing the side-out game. 20 all. Abanilla. De Castro to Gutierrez. Pasino with a hit. Nice save by Choi Diao. Back row, Batas. Yes! And Ateneo, they're not hanging around anymore. They're up by 1.
Aguilar denied. Good read from the defense of Ateneo.
Proud of the side this year. Medyo buka yung set na yun. That's why ginawa niya na ng paraan. Targeting cross court. But Kennedy Batas.
Oh, good serve there. De Castro to Batas again. Back-to-back points for Ken Batas.
You know what's nice about Ken Batas?
Nakaka-boost din ng confidence yan, not just for you, but also for your teammates.
Let's see if that continues. That's kept alive there by Pasino. Batas was asking for it. Kennedy Batas!
And again!
Hits that up. Corregidor continues to serve. Gutierrez goes up to Salarzon.
Over the defense for Ken Batas.
Points scored by Ateneo.
Batas from the back row. Ken Batas. 20 points already. Missed the last 4 games. Safe serve coming from Ibanez. Batas back row. And he catches the line. Ken Batas, just his 2nd point in the 4th set.
You'll see the coaching staff. Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Batas. Yes. That's 15 points now for Ken Batas.
To take his turn. 2 points so far for NU's captain. He had 20 in their previous game. Batas, 3 blockers. And it was empty behind those 3.
Variation from the attackers of Ateneo. That's not the first drop ball.
Marathoners na natawag sa amin kasi usually hours kami tumatakbo. Pero it really helped our endurance din naman.
Ken Batas going behind the blockers. Tied at 3. Batas soaring and will be scoring. Finally on the front line. This is what he does.
It's usually automatic.
Castrodes now serving. Gutierrez to Castro.
Aguilar, 3 blockers present. Gutierrez puts it up. Salarzon pushes to the open. Batas sending it to the back and yet another miscue.
Take a look at that attack.
It was wide open, Ivy.
That's right.
3-5, Jason Balion. Batas. Another hammer. Salarzon is number 3 with 8. Oh, check that. He's number 4 because Gopi already has 9.
Oh, no
Nice
coverage from Adamson. Everybody was actually there. Wasn't the fastest return as well.
And that's why Batas had that reaction. So
Breaks the momentum, especially if you have the momentum on your side. So might as well admit to it if you know that that's going to come out in the challenge anyway.
well, if you can do that afterwards.
Single block ang kaharap ni Amil Pasino.
And Brian Castro will continue to serve. Roca swiping it, but dug up here by Ateneo. Soft tip by Kennedy Batas. This time will work. We'll call for some time here.
That's something that UE has to learn as they move on to the next season. They have to learn how to close out games.
Kennedy Batas.
Walk off from Kennedy Batas after.
Take a look at this replay. Monster, 2 strong kills.
Chance to tie on the Gopio serve. 18-19. Choi Diao right off the face of Pasino. Oh, but Ateneo recovers. And Batas.
The middle blockers should really man up the opposing middle blockers because they really have quick spikes, no?
Oh, that could have been outside.
Yeah.
But Buddin picked it up.
Yeah, Ancheta was signaling there was a block.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ancheta touched it. Which is why Buddin was forced.
You also have to realize how athletic this FEU squad is. Tungala with that serve. They go up to a combination from the back row. Pasino will try again. Saavedra reads that one. Tungala with the pump up. And the free ball from between. Batas finally detonates. They're able to get over the challenge of FEU.
Good serve. Salarzon will play setter. Batas. Let's see if Ateneo can get some momentum here. Sally from the opposite side. Taluban. The toss to Batas. Well, that's one way to get momentum. Gutierrez De La Noche was prepared. Pinayungan si Josh Ibanez.